Hey, what's cracking? How are you doing today? I hope this video finds you doing well. I hope that today you have chose to pick up your blessings and throw down your curses. Today I chose to pick my blessings up and I'm in a much better place. I shook that last video off. It was very intense for me. I want you to know that I had no idea what I was even going to say when I turned that camera on. But I always get on here and I make these videos and I tell you guys that if you're having a bad day, if you don't like the way you're thinking, just change the channel like you would changing the radio. And I know that that sounds easy, right? But I was having such an easy time doing it on the last video. And so I decided, people ask me, how come do I ever make them when I'm in my downswing because I'm bipolar? And I always try to make sure that I'm in a good mood and positive when I make these videos. But I thought just once I would go ahead and show what it's like when I'm having a bad time and I'm having a hard time changing that channel and I'm having a hard time picking up my blessings because I'm only human and I have those days too. But the things that I preach to you, the things that I tell you to change the channel, to get up in the morning, tell yourself you're happy whether you are or not. Keep telling yourself you're happy, force a smile on your face. And by the end of the day, you'll be smiling. I tell you that stuff because that works. It's the tools that I use to keep from staying in those down spots I was in. The video that I made last, it touched a lot of people, I could tell. A lot of people reached out to me, felt the same exact way that I felt in that video, whether it was from being in prison or from an illness that made them feel that they were in prison. And my heart goes out to all of them. There's a lot of new subscribers to the channel from the last video, and I thank you guys for hitting the subscribe button. I want to thank everyone for taking the time to stop, check my channel out. And before I go any further, shout out to the riders and the dyers who ride till the wheels fall off, and the dyers who keep riding even when they do. People that go out of their way and take a little something away from themselves to try to help me. Now, I had talked about reading excerpts from my book, the book that I've started, but I was advised against that. I was told that I get on here and I tell all my stories, and then if I get on there and read the way I write, then they can just, a ghostwriter can just take my style of reading and my stories and steal my life. So I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm going to find another way to reward the people who do hit join on the channel, because this channel is free. It's never about money. It's a good thing because it hasn't made no money. But these videos, if it's the first time you're watching, my name is Ricky Dye, and I went to prison when I was 15, and I did 20 years straight. And I didn't get out until I was 35. And I've been making the videos. They're like a series. It starts at the beginning, work your way through. I'm telling you everything that happened from the beginning. So if you're interested in the charge, you can go back and listen to one of the first videos, or you can Google Ricky Dye, McLeod, Oklahoma. I'll be the first thing you see. Just remember when you're reading things online that everything isn't necessarily true. But you got to check the videos out. So today I'm going to jump right back into my story and tell you a little more about it. If you've been keeping up with my story, right now I'm in Hinton, a private prison, first private prison. And right now my butt's sitting in lockup. So I just got in a fight with a guy from North Carolina who's tried to take my money and pretend like he's selling me some shoes. And yeah, had to check out that other video to see that. So, but today I'm sitting in lockup, and this imam has just come up and told me he's going to take care of the problem for me, and he did. So now I get out of lockup, and now the word is, that the E-Man is, I'm kind of like, as far as the North Carolinas go, in a way, I guess I'm under his protection, which I don't need anybody to protect me. But because me and him are doing business, he's not going to allow anybody to get me messed off. He don't want me in trouble. He don't want me in lockup. He wants me able to go to visit so that he can buy this weed. And now I want to tell you something else before I get any further. In the beginning of my videos, when I first started, everyone felt sorry for me. A 15-year-old kid in a really bad place, scared all the time. And I told you that in the later videos, I was going to get lost. I got lost in penitentiary. I quit realizing that there was a life after that, that I would get out. It became so that my only thoughts were playing poker, trying to figure out a way to get weed in prison, and beat the police. That's all I thought about. I didn't think about getting out. I had a chief of security tell me one time that if I spent half as much energy trying to get out of prison as I did trying to beat them, that I would have probably done been out. And that's the whole point of these videos, and it was the point of making that last video and showing you the other side. I'm trying to give you a glimpse into what it's like when you take a 15-year-old kid and throw him in prison. When you throw him in prison, the worst parts of prison are not the fights. Get that in your head now. The worst parts aren't the fights. Also, before I go any further, I want to apologize to my family, because regardless of the way I feel, I shouldn't have put that out on social media in a video. I had no intentions of doing that when I started the video. It's just like fighting. Once my adrenaline gets going, it just gets control of me sometimes. And I've been carrying that around for a long time. And I had a psychiatrist tell me it would never get better until I got it off my chest. So yesterday I did, and there's a lot of hurt feelings right now between me and my brothers and sister. And that hasn't all been resolved yet, and I don't know if it will. Because sometimes there's so much pain being caused that sometimes you just have to keep your distance. I hope and pray that isn't the case. I love my brothers and my sister. And let me tell you that when you go off to prison, when you're a kid like that and you're there 20 years, nobody can put their life on hold for the next 20 years for you. People have their own families. And that's what happened. I went to prison at such a young age. My brother and sister were younger than me. They were even younger than me. It was even harder for them to process than it was for me. So as they grow up, they have their own lives they get caught up in. And then they go and get married and have kids, and they have their own life, and they don't have time to sit and think about what's going on with Ricky in prison. And that hurts me because I feel they should have. But at the same time, I don't know what it was like to live their life. I'm sure if they told the story, it'd be completely different, and I would be the asshole. So I don't mean any disrespect to them whatsoever. I was just saying how it makes me feel so that you would understand that this is how people feel when they go to prison for years and years, and you don't contact them, you don't go see them, you don't let them call you on the phone. They feel abandoned. So when they get out, they carry around a lot of hate and anger. Because when you're in prison, when I went to prison, you can't show your emotions in prison. When you're afraid, you can't show that you're afraid. When you're scared, you can't show that you're scared. You can only show one emotion. You can't show sadness. The only emotion you can show is anger. And so what happens is, over time, being in prison for a long period of time, it gets to where no matter what feeling that you get, it all comes back out as anger. So someone hurts your feelings, you're mad. Someone does something piss you off, you're mad. No matter what happens, you're mad, and you get accustomed to it. And when you get out of prison, you have to sit and think about, why is it that every time I go around people, this happens? What's causing this? If it's not there when I'm there, it must be me. I must be the cause of it. What am I doing to cause this? What is it that's making me feel this way, that's causing me to keep acting like this? I go out of my way to figure those things out. I know that I'm the problem, and so I'm trying to fix the problem. And it begins with me, always. All the anger. It's not going to help me to go back in prison because in there I get respect. Because when I'm in there, I've lost my freedom. I'm treated like a dog in a kennel or a cage. I'm not human anymore. So it's important that I figure out what's wrong with me and fix it, because I'm the only one who can. I would like to go see a psychiatrist, somebody I could sit down and talk to that would explain to me what all was wrong with me. The problem is I can't find anybody that went to prison when they were 15 and did 20 years, and now they're okay and they can tell me how to do that. I don't know if one exists. A guy made a comment the other day that he did 25 years from the age of 15. Brother, my heart goes out to you. I wonder how you're doing now. I wonder if your days go by easy, if you're normal again, or if it's all you think about like me. It's been 14 years now. But when I made that video yesterday, I could have just got out the day before, because that's how raw and real it feels to me. Now, back to my story. I wanted to explain those things. Those are important things I feel to touch on. Sorry that I get slung around sometimes. I don't edit my videos. I want my videos to be raw and real, just like me and you sitting here talking. And that's how it is for me. I want to thank you guys, because I was in a deep hole. I was having a hard time. All I was doing all day was pacing back and forth in my house, angry, mad at the world, thinking about everything that had been wrong for me. Because if there's anyone who could sit around and think about how bad their life's been and get stuck in a hole and not crawl out of it, it's me. So if I can crawl out, so can you. But I want you guys to know that the comments, you guys comment, y'all pulled me out. You pulled me out of a hole. The new subscribers. I was upset. I'd lost a few. I put a video up trying to do better and lose subscribers, and it really upset me. And then I had things going on in my personal life. All that just welled up in me, and I made that video and gained 120 subscribers, plus all the kind comments. You guys pulled me out of a hole. Thank you. Thank you, man. My goal is to aim is to help you, but you helped me, and I appreciate it. It feels almost like we've built a family here with the comments, because I always answer you. We chat back and forth. Some of you hit me up on Messenger, and I really appreciate you guys. It gives me hope that there are good people in the world, that the world is still good. There are other people out there who understand and want to understand, and it means a lot to me, and I'm sure that there are others that'll mean a lot to too. I don't edit, and that's why sometimes I get sidetracked. But back to my story. I'm up in lockup, and I get back out of lockup, and of course they keep me on B unit. If you've kept up the story, because they've put all the Oklahomas over on B unit, put us all over there, and living in a day room there. And there's a guy in the day room, and then his name is Buckethead. We call him Buckethead. The reason we call him Buckethead, this guy is out on the streets. His wife cheated on him. He goes and gets a guy, cut his head smooth off, put his head in a bucket. Then he went to the bar, carries his bucket in, walks up to the bar and sets the bucket down on the on the bar in front of him and orders the drinks, one for me and one for my friend. They called the police, and he sat there and waited on the police to come lock him up. Of course, he got life without parole. He started off with a death sentence, but they reduced it because of his mental status to life without parole. He's never getting out. His name's Buckethead. He's living up in there with us. So we got a group of Oklahomans up in there, living in there. And I have a friend named Johnny Coe. And the way the TVs are in here, and it's important you understand the TVs at Hinton. Most places, if you get on a certain level, you have a TV in your cell. But at Hinton, you can't have a TV in your cell in Unit A or Unit B. If you get on level 4 and you move to C unit down there, if you're on level 4, you're allowed to get a TV in your cell, your own personal TV, if it has a headphone jack, where it can't make noise for anyone. But everywhere else, there's two TVs in each day room. And the way it goes is first come, first serve. If you're out there watching TV, no one's supposed to change it if you were watching it first. Of course, that does happen if you're too weak to hold the TV. And I'm going to have a lot of problems over TV, so that's why I want to explain that to you. That if everybody leaves out of the day room to go eat, you got something you really want to watch coming on that night. You might have to miss your meal, eat a soup, stay there, get the TV, so you'll be the first one watching if you want to watch something. So usually one TV goes on sports, one TV goes on movies. That's how it usually goes. Okay, but I love wrestling. Okay, love wrestling. I've watched it since I was a little kid with my dad. And so that's why I watch it. I know it's fake. I know it's fake. In prison, they call it men in tights, say it's gay, everything else. I've been in so many fights over wrestling. So every Monday night when WWE RAW comes on, I'll miss chow to stay there and get the TV. Okay. And at nighttime, they let all the units out one after another at 5 o'clock, start running chow. So by 6:30, they lock the units down. You got to get where you're going. They lock you in the day room. So the day room I'm in, people know I'm going to watch wrestling on Monday night. So everyone who wants to watch wrestling, they all huddle up in the day room I'm in because they know I'll have it on the TV. And this particular night, they had TV on Monday Night Raw. I mean, they had hamburgers and fries. And I didn't want to miss wrestling, man, so I missed my hamburgers and fries. And I'm sitting out there, and there's this dude in the day room, okay? There's this big dude. He's buffed up. And he's living there. This dude's doing a life sentence. He took a guy at a party out in the parking lot, put him down on his knees, shot him in the back of the head, executioner style. And this dude can bench like 345. He's out there, got so much weight on the bar's bending like that. Strongest dude on the unit. He's got an attitude. He walks around. Everybody's afraid of this dude. I didn't want no trouble with the dude either, I'm going to be honest with you. But I ended up not having no choice. So I'm sitting there underneath the stairs one day, and before this Monday night comes, the week before we watched Monday Night Raw, and there had been a match on with Serena, and he missed it. And he found out later and said, next week there won't be no wrestling. I didn't know about this. I found out later that he's already said that no matter what happens this week, he ain't letting us watch wrestling in the day room. You know what I'm saying? So he's just going to bully us regardless of what he thinks. And so I get the TV, and I'm sitting there. Before this happens, though, I'm sitting there in the day room just a few days before this, and he walks up and he puts his hand out like that and puts his son. He says, I have my hair in a ponytail, and he says, I bet you I can slap you right there and make your ponytail go straight that way. And I looked up at him. I said, you're a big old boy. You might be able to. But we ain't both going to live in this day room afterwards. That ain't going to be it. Yeah, you talk that shit. Motherfucker get you right. You'll accept it. I said, I ain't accepting no losses, partner. Accepting no loss. Ain't nobody finna whoop me and walk around talking about they didn't whoop Ricky Died. That ain't gonna happen. One of us ain't finna be living here. Win, lose, or draw. Somebody's got to go. So come Monday night, I miss chow, and I got the TV, and I'm sitting there watching it. And there's a guard, a sergeant. He brought movies. Every now and then he'll bring movies, and they have a channel on the TV where they can put a movie in and master control, and it shows on the whole yard. If people want to watch it, they can watch it, and he'll bring newer movies and let us watch them sometimes. And they got the movie on, and the movie sounds better on this TV than this one. For some reason, when you dial on your headphones, if you got on this one, there's a static to it. If you put on this one, there's not. And so I had this TV over here where there's no static, and they had that TV. So they asked me if I'll trade them TVs. So I say, sure, we can trade TVs. So we switch TVs, and I'm sitting here watching this TV over here. And we're watching Fear Factor, came on right before Raw. I watch it every week, watch Fear Factor, then Raw. And when Fear Factor went off, I get up to change the TV back over to Raw, and he says, what are you doing? I'm watching that TV. So I couldn't change it. And I said, they asked me to change TVs. Y'all all agreed. You're watching a movie. Yeah, but I'm watching that TV. I said, okay. So I reached over on the movie channel and turned it back to where I said, y'all can watch a movie, argue with him over there. This is my TV. I didn't go eat. So I sat back down. Now he's really mad because no one else is saying nothing to me. They all know I'll fight and shit. They don't want no troubles with me. They don't want no troubles with him. Everybody's just trying to stay out of it, really. So now he's really mad because he's got his TV. I said, there's your TV, pal. I'm watching this TV. So I sat back down front. I said, nobody turn this TV. So now I'm ready to fight for that TV. So, and there's a bunch of other people in there watch the same thing I am, but they're just not brave enough to say nothing to this dude. See, shit, this dude weighs like 220, man. He's over 6, he's about 6'2". I'm 5'10 and a half. I weigh like 160 pounds at the time. Shit. But I'm fixing, ain't nobody going to bully me though, man. So he turns his TV and he turns around, he walks around, he starts walking up the stairs to the top run where, because they got a washer and dryer on top run. He's doing laundry. So he walk up the stairs, go up there to that. He starts walking up the stairs and says, man, if y'all want to watch something else on the other TV, just change it. Dude ain't nothing but a punk. How y'all gonna let him run something? I'm like, what did he just say? Dude just called me a punk. When in prison, a punk means that you take it in the butt, you suck them, you don't stand up for yourself, that basically people do anything they want to you because you're a punk. You cannot let someone say that to you. If someone says that to you, you have to hit them in the mouth before they finish saying it, or you got to stab them later. You can't let people get away with that. If they get away with that, they'll do whatever they want to you next. You have to do something. So this dude is way bigger than me, so I'm thinking, I want to fight that dude, man. That dude will hurt me bad if I try to fight him. So as soon as they called movement, I was watching wrestling. As soon as they called movement, I'd get up and leave. I go out the day room. There was a day room over there. I had these two guys. We had in a mop closet. There's a little pole goes in the mop closet, and there's a little slit in there. And I had 2 ice picks made out of pieces of wire with sheet wrapped around them for a handle. And they had little loops on them so you could stick your hand through so you could take it away from you. And I had 2 of them, one for each hand. Had them up in that hole. They had the mop closet door locked. So it's movement time. So we go over to get the guard to come over there and open the mop closet. We pour water on the floor, so we'd need to mop it up. But this guard, usually they'll open the mop closet and leave. But this dude stands there while we mop it up. So I can't get them ice picks out. So I get stuck in that day room during movement. And he probably thought I wasn't going to do shit. He thought I got scared and just left. So but someone was like, dude, you just called him punk. He's come back. He probably went to get a knife. He ain't going to do shit. He ain't going to do shit. So I couldn't get these ice picks. And so this dude gives me a knife. It's a little knife about that long. And it's made out of a light. They took a pair of fingernail toenail clippers and scraped and scraped and scraped it until they could bend it loose and break it. And it's only about that long. It's a little bitty thing. It's real wide. It ain't got that good of a point on it. But it's all I could get, man. So I go around, and I didn't want the shit to be racial. I never want to be in the middle of nothing racial. I don't want to cause anything racial. I don't have no problems with people because of their skin. I don't want to get a bunch of blacks and whites trying to kill each other because I got in an argument with somebody. It's between me and that dude. I don't feel like I should go get no one to help me. This is a man against man. What am I going to look like getting someone to help me fight? Shit, I'm a man. I handle my own problems, man, regardless what the odds are. No matter what, man, you put me up against a Jolly Green Giant, baby, I'm going to bet on me when it comes down to it. Shit, because it's more than just your physical. It comes down to up here. It comes to being willing and able to be the first one to strike. It comes down to your heart sometimes, and I have miles and miles of it, and it's the only thing that saved me. Besides my mother and my grandmother's prayers. Make no mistake, that saved me more than my heart ever did. So I go and I get a black dude named Quaylen. He's my partner, man. I love the dude. He's out now. Me and him met in the Berry House when we were 15 years old. We were at 3 or 4 different prisons together. He's like a brother to me. I love that dude. He's in Tulsa now. We still talk today. He's on my Facebook list. I go to his cell and he's sitting in there getting his hair braided. It's movement time, the next movement. Run up in there, 8 o'clock movement, run up in there, hey, Quaylen, check it out, man. I've been telling you this dude's been trying to bully me over here. I told you next time he tried that shit, I was going to get at that fool. He just called me a punk in the middle of the day room. So I'm finna get him, and I showed him the knife. Had it in my hand, turned upside down. I had a sweatshirt in my hand to hide it. Just carrying that sweatshirt. All I did is drop that sweatshirt. So I showed it to him. He said, damn, Rick, I just signed my minimum papers. You know, I've been locked up just like you always. I'm trying to go home, Rick. Don't get me tricked off over nothing. So get that full chance to back out. I said, all right, Quay, I will, man. So I just don't want this shit to be racial, man. I don't want you to help me, homeboy. I just want you to make it one-on-one, just me and him. So I go up in there, out in the day room, they got those TVs, and other than that, there's just some chairs out in the day room. They move around and shit real easy, just chairs sitting out there anybody can sit in, little benches. Like 2 and 3 people at a time can sit on, but they move. They're not bolted to the floor or anything. So walk up in that day room, and I got that shit in my hand like that. Just walk up to him. Quaylen's walking behind me. I walk over there, and he's sitting on that couch like that with his feet crossed, leaning back. Looks up at me like that, like I ain't gonna do shit. Give him one chance. So I walked up to him. He even called me a punk. I was supposed to get him. I wasn't supposed to give him a chance. I walked up to him, I had a sweatshirt in my hand, standing right in front of him. I said, "Hey, brother, man, I never called you no punk. Nothing out of your nice. Don't you ever fucking call me a punk again." When I said that, all he had to do was say okay. But instead, he looked up at me and went, "Man, you better get away from me with old bitch ass shit." Man, when he said, I dropped that sweatshirt and I tried to get his ass. Whenever he seen that knife come, he rolled like that, and I missed him, and I stabbed the couch. I reared back again and tried to stab him. So this time, he's got his arm right here. I tried to stab him under the arm, and it hit him right here in his arm. When it hit right there, it went all the way to the bone and bent the damn knife. But I don't know that. I don't know the knife is bent. I hollered, bam, hit him up here in the chest, hit him over here, hit him again down here, and I'm thinking, I'm fucking him up. This motherfucker's going to die. He's screaming. Finally, he gets a hold of my hand, grabs it like this and wraps it around like that, and he's ducked down the couch, and I'm around behind him. He's got a hold of my wrist. I can't get loose. So I start punching him with my left. Let it go, trying to get my hand loose. Dude is strong, man. He's squeezing my forearm. My feelings have gone out this damn hand, but I ain't letting that knife go. I know if he gets that knife, I'm in trouble. So he's hollering, "Get him, somebody get him. The white boy's got a knife, somebody get him." A couple black dudes stand up, and Quaylen's like, "No, it's one-on-one. He called him a punk. Let him go." So everybody just backs up and let us go. So I can't get my hand loose. I'm hitting him. I can't get my hand loose. Time's going on. Now it's 9 o'clock movement time right now when we go back up. It's 8:45 is when they call recall, counts at 9. 8:45. You got 15 minutes to get where you're going. But this shit, we're out in the middle of the day room. All the guards got to do is look down and see us. So I can't get my hand loose. He ain't letting go. So Quaylen says, "Hey, Rick, give me the knife. Let me get rid of the knife if the police come." I said, "All right." So I got a hold of it. I got him kind of hold on. He's just holding me. He ain't even trying to get loose right now. He's just holding on to that knife. So Quaylen gets his hands around. I said, "Quaylen, you got it? You got it for sure? You got it for sure?" He says, "Yeah, I got it for sure." So I let go, and Quaylen takes the knife. All of a sudden, this dude starts fighting hard, and the motherfucker and gets on top of me. And I fucking look up at Quaylen. I said, I grab a dude around the waist, pull myself up to him, because if you get your arms around somebody, get yourself close to him, duck your head, he can't hit you hard enough to hurt you. So I got a hold of him. I'm underneath him. I pull myself out, look at Quaylen, and said, "Don't let this big old motherfucker hurt me." Quaylen says, "Shit, Rick, you better get loose. It's one-on-one, man." I come unglued. I came out from underneath that dude. I end up behind him in a choking him. Wrap my legs around him, grapevine him. Now I'm leaning back. I'm choking the shit out of him, but I can't choke him completely out because he's got his hand in there. So time's going on. I said, "Guard's going to come. There's blood everywhere." I'm thinking, man, I fucked this dude up. Saying, "You got enough? He said, "Yeah, I got enough." So I'm thinking, I think I fucked him up good enough. Now I'll let him go. They're taking medical. They lock me up. It's be over. So I let him go. As soon as I let him go, he runs in his room. So I follow Quaylen. Quaylen goes out of the day room to the day room next door where he lives. Goes over there. I follow him right over there. Now they've done got my ice pick out of the fucking thing up there. But there's just one of them. Somebody got one of them or something somehow. Or they can't find one. So they give me that ice pick. Quaylen gives me that knife back. Now I know it's bent. So, but I'm thinking, he's messed up, man. They're probably going to take him out. I said, man, I got to get back to my unit. It's count time. I got to get back over there. So me and this dude live in a day room together. I don't have no help over there. It's just me and him. And I haven't stabbed this dude. So now it's serious as it can get. He's going to try to kill me. No doubt about it. This dude's in for murder. Shit, so am I. We stabbed him. Shit. Now it's going down for real. So I walk back up in the day room now. I got an ice pick on this side and that knife on this side. And I come walking in the day room, and I'm thinking he's going to be all messed up. Here he comes. He's got a sweatshirt on. He don't look hurt at all. He's coming toward me. He's got a laundry bag. His shit's got Jack Mac in it. He's about to try to club me out with that shit. I wait till he gets about 5-6 steps from me and jerk both knives out. When I did, he turned around and took off running. I take off running after him, running around the stairs in the day room. I'm trying to catch him. He's saying, "It ain't over." I said, "You're damn right it ain't over, motherfucker. You called me a punk. One of us gonna die today. You can't stay here." I said, "I thought I was done with you, but I'm not done with you. I'm gonna get your ass." He's saying he's going to get me. Finally, police about to come, so we both go lock down ourselves. Police won't catch us. Now this dude's job is hallway worker. Those long hallways between A and B unit and between C and the master control, this big old long hallway. It's his job to clean them. So he's able to get out after 9 o'clock at night. At 9 o'clock when they count, everyone else locked in the day room all the rest of the evening. They let you out about 9:20, 9:30. You're in the day room till about 10:30. They lock you down for the rest of the night. But not him. He's out all night. He can go up and down these hallways and work. They let him go in the units to get supplies and shit. He just say he's going in there to get supplies. They let him go in there. So as soon as during count time, shit, I got my hot pot. I put me some baby oil and shampoo in there. I got this shit boiling. Throw this boiling baby oil and shampoo in his face. I took me a bunch of magazines and taped them together and put them around me and put some ace bandages around it to hold it on like armor. I cut a magazine in half, put it around my forearm, wrapped it with ace bandage so I could use it to block with. Put a towel around my neck. As soon as the count cleared, boom, I'm coming out the cell. I got this shit in my hand, boiling hot. Got this knife in this hand. Instead of coming toward me, he goes straight to the door and pushes the button. So there's a door down there to let you out of the unit, and there's a button right next to the speaker. And when you push the button, the guards look right down there. So I come out of there, he's right there about to push the button. Guards, I can't do nothing to him because the guards are there. I thought about just running over and start stabbing him in front of the guards because I'm afraid he's going to go get something, come back and kill me, man. But I'm thinking, he had one of his partners throw his sweatshirt up there in the laundry. It was all bloody. So I'm thinking, I know I got him. I wonder, how in the hell is he not going to medical? What the hell is going on? Come to find out, when the knife bent, after that, when I was hitting him, it was just kind of turning. It was scratching. It wasn't going in. This was the only one. It took like 9 stitches to heal. I got him to the bone right there. But everywhere else, it didn't hardly get him. So, boom, he pushed that button. The guards let him out. He's going down the hallway. He's going to try to get a knife. First thing he does is go over here to another unit on B unit. Tell him he wants a knife. Black dudes in Oklahoma. They tell him, we need a knife for him. This white boy just got at me. Black dude helped him. They just got at me, stabbed me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to kill this fool. So, who is it? Who is the white boy? Ricky Dye. Ricky Dye? Man, you must have done something to him because, shit, that's a good dude right there. He don't just do that shit. What'd you do, man? He's like, man, we was arguing over TV wrestling, huh, man? You know that man's going to fight over that damn wrestling. He don't go eat or nothing, man. What'd you do, man? He said, I call him a punk. Well, man, I ain't fixing to give you no knife. You call that man a punk, that's on you. So they won't give him no knife. Goes over on A unit, tries to get one, can't get one. So he goes to C unit. He's got a guy down there on level 4, cousin of his. It's on level 4 and got to move down. He's living with a North Carolina dude. The rest of us on Oklahoma. His cousin lives down there. He's a Crip. Calls shots for the guys in Oklahoma. He works in the hallway. So next thing I know, Quaylen worked out in the hallway. So next thing I know, door pops. I'm sitting on the couch with my bull and shit, my knife, my magazines wrapped around me, right in the middle of the day room, waiting on this dude coming back, thinking I'm either going to get killed or get me a life sentence or whatever. Yeah, all that shit going on. Door pops, in comes Quaylen. This dude I just stabbed and his little cousin. His little cousin, a little short guy, but he's shot caller. And dangerous little dude. Little guy, but he's dangerous as hell. So he comes over and says, hey, man, let me talk to you. Quaylen and him going to stand over there. Let me and you go in the cell and talk. And I said, I ain't going in the cell with you. What you going to get me in the cell so they can come in here and try to kill me? Quaylen, what's up on this? He's like, man, I'm going to stand over here with him. Y'all go talk. I'm like, I ain't going to say. He said, man, I should be the one scared to go in the cell. Look at you, man. I'm thinking, yeah, I got all this shit. So me and him go in the cell. And he tells me that because I'm small and this dude is big and his reputation, he can't let it go that I just stabbed him. And he said he ain't hurt that bad. He's hurt right here. His arm is stabbed. He's fucked up. He's going to get stitches. But we got to get this shit squashed first. He said, I don't want this shit to escalate. I said, escalate? Escalate to what, motherfucker? I got magazines on, boiling shit, knives. I just stabbed. What the fuck is it going to escalate to? Y'all got a gun? Shit. Like, man, a bunch of people don't need involved in this. I said, no, they don't. It's just me and him. I didn't go get no one to help me. Quaylen didn't help me. He just made it one-on-one. Like, I know, man, I know. But he said, y'all just need to fight and get it. I said, fight? Fight? Where I come from, you start fighting and end with a knife. You don't start with a knife and end with a fight. Y'all got that fucked up. If I had any intention of fighting that big old motherfucker, I wouldn't have brought the knife. I said, I'm not going in the cell with him. I'm not breaking my fucking back. I'm not fighting that dude one-on-one. Are you crazy? I said, so he's like, oh, come on, man, Rick. You know, man, can't let this go. We need to just squash this shit. He can't accept running around here. You got to think of how he looks, you know. Just go in the room, get one with him. Me and Quaden will stand there. If you start losing, we'll break it up. That's going to be it. He just wants a little get back. I said, man, I don't see. No. I said, you know what? I'll fight his ass. I said, if my hand's sore, we'll fight in the morning. In the morning. Me and him go up in the cell after breakfast. So that's what's settled. He goes back. They all leave out of the day room. Deal is we're supposed to fight in the morning breakfast. So I sat in my cell all night thinking about that shit. I thought, what? I was figuring, man, whenever they took the knife away, I still was doing good. I almost had him choked out. So I'm thinking I might be able to handle his big ass. I'm fast. He didn't seem like he was that good of a fighter. Maybe he's kind of stiff from all the muscles. Maybe I can get him. Then I'm thinking, but what if I go in there and he fucks me up? What point is it proved for him to call me a punk and then whip my ass? How does that make things right? That don't make shit right. So I decided, fuck that deal. I'm not doing that. So in the morning, come time to go, we go out to the fence. We're supposed to go out there and all meet up. I walked up and I said, hey, man, I changed my mind. I ain't doing no fighting. Give this motherfucker a knife. Let's go in the corner right now and take care of it that way. Come on, Rick, man, you got to fight. I said, I ain't doing no fighting. Give this motherfucker a knife and let's go in the corner and take care of it. He don't want a knife now. He don't want a knife fight. So when they call the yard closed about 9 in the morning, movement time, they close the yard. We're all out there talking. We got to go back up in the unit together. I'm thinking, well, I guess we're going to do it when we go in here in this unit. So I go up in the unit. Instead of going in the unit, he goes down the hallway to investigations, walks right in the office to special investigations and told on my ass. Told him I'm down there with knives and magazines, try to kill him, and I've been stabbed him here and here and here because he called me a name over the TV. Straight up fucking told him. So I was in the day room next door. It was Quaylen's day room, and the guards running my day room to my cell looking for me. So someone says, man, they're in your cell right now. So I get these magazines off. I hand these knives off. So shit, I can't hide from them and know where I live. So I just walked over there to them during movements. Y'all looking for me? They fucking slammed me against the wall, start searching me, looking for a knife, take me to lock up. I said, what's going on, man? You know what's going on? You got a big one down there that you stabbed. I said, I stabbed. I ain't stabbed nobody. He said that. He said, that's what he said. You stabbed him. So they take me and put me in lockup. A few days later, they come and get me. Investigator takes me in there. One he told on me with, pulls me in there. Asks, I thought you wanted to go home. I thought you wanted to go home. So I do want to go home. Said, well, you stabbed somebody over the TV? I said, no, I stabbed him for calling me a name. I said, but it wasn't even a knife, man. I said, they sell these cans of roast beef on the canteen. I said, whenever we open them with a can opener, we fold them in half and use the lids to cut our summer sausage. I said, one was laying on the table. He mouthed off and called me a punk. Before I even realized what I did, I just picked it up and poked him with it. It wasn't even a real knife. He said, well, you done a lot of damage for it to be the lid off a can. So they quit selling canned food on the canteen because of that. So they lock me up, tell me they're going to ship me. And at the end of 60 days, they come back and tell me they're going to put me back on the yard with this guy. Said, we're going to put him down on C unit. And we're going to put you on B unit. And if we catch you anywhere past this canteen in the hallway, because I'm going to draw the diagram. You see it? You can go up the hallway towards C unit. There's a canteen. Then you go away. There's C unit. Every movement that has someone stands at the doors, make sure people don't live there, can't get in. Somebody upstairs in the bubble will be looking down the hallway. And I said, I'm not going down there. I'm not going down there. But really, I'm thinking I'm going to have to handle this because if not, he might come get me. But so as soon as I get out of lockup, I go around his cousin on there. Everybody's saying he really doesn't want any trouble. I can let this go. So I'm going to let the shit go. Unbelievably, we're going to be on the yard with someone I stabbed. Can't believe that never happens. If you get in a fight, they ship you. You never go back on the yard with someone you stabbed. So I'm going to go back on the yard. So if I got out of lockup and I get high, this Muslim dude gives me a half a joint. And I hadn't smoked in like 60 days in lockup. And I smoked this piece of joint, got me so high I couldn't see. And I went to the canteen to pick my canteen up, ordered $5 in canteen. When I was in lockup to let me out, I had to go pick it up. So I go down there to pick it up and I start talking to this dude. And we're talking, I'm high and I'm walking. Next thing I know, I'm on C unit. I did not even mean to go down there. And they catch me right at the door trying to go in. And they, here he is. He's trying to get him. Look, see if he's got a knife. And they took me right back to lockup for 30 days over that because they thought I was trying to get that dude. I just walked down there high tripping. So I'm in lockup again. And that's where we'll start the next video. And I hope that this is a better one. Again, I do apologize to my family for putting that out there publicly. I'm sorry for that. My mind got away with me. My emotions get away with me. It does not do anyone any good to sit around and dwell on the past or the bad things. If I did that, I'll hate everybody and everything, man. You got to let that shit go. If you care about somebody and you want to build a relationship with them, the only thing you can do is to forget the past and start fresh. Because if you don't do that, it's not going to have a chance. And I hope that you'll find a way to do that in your relationships. And I hope that you'll find a way to pick up your blessings every day, to think about the things that are good in your life and not the things that are bad, because it really is that simple. Tell yourself you're happy whether you are or not. And I hope to see you in the next video. May God bless, keep, and protect you and yours. Peace out.